Welcome back, and we're going down to pick tomatoes. We got a bunch ripe. Wasn't gonna pick them till Sunday. Today's Friday, but Mom says they're ready, so down we go. Let's take a look at them. Oh wow, look at these tomatoes in here. Mom is right. You need to get in here and pick them, and then we will can them on Sunday. These are the Romas, so we'll pick those right now. So there's what we got from the Romas, and this is second picking. Now I gotta go check the San Marzanos. All right, there's the San Marzanos. So we need to get in here and pick these as well, so we will be canning on Sunday. Look at them all. All right, I'm gonna take the first ones up to the house and come get another basket. All right, these are all the tomatoes we just picked. These two trays here are the Romas. The two in the back are the San Marzanos, and we've harvested a few times off of those plants. And then here's my mixed bunch, and it's a big bowl. So this is my Old German. I've got Black Beauties. I've got Sun Golds, Red Pearls, Tiger, what are they? Pink Tiger. I have my Russian ones, and these ones are really small, but I think that's my Amana. But that's it. So I hope you like how our tomatoes are looking. Sunday we'll be busy processing. Hi everyone, so it's a couple days later and we're in the kitchen and we're gonna process these tomatoes. And I'm going to try a new way. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos trying to figure out what's the best way to do things. So today we are going to get these processed. So let's see what we're doing. So I just want to show you something. When I take my tomato, I cut the top off just a bit, but you can see there's sort of a line here. So I'm going to cut that off. Double check it. You can see there's a bit of a line there. If I cut this way, I get almost a perfect cut where I can get the stuff out. Let's do another one. Okay, so I'm going to take this tomato. You can see there's a bit of a groove right there. Cut that off. And you can see right here, there's a bit of a line. So if I cut this way, when I open up my tomato, I'll have my two equal parts. Then I just take my thumbs in here and it pops up all the gel and out it comes. So again, I just take my thumbs, put them in there, pops up all the gel, and out it comes. And I find that's the fastest way to get the jelly stuff out of the center and to get a nice cut. Otherwise, sometimes you'll get, like, it'll just look like you don't see the jelly part. Okay, so I've got my first tray done. I'm just gonna haul that over to the oven and put it into the oven. Now, I've got ours set to 375, but that's really 350 because our oven is a little cooler than what it should be. So I'm just going to put these tomatoes in the oven. And there they go. And I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes. And we'll check it and see how it's doing, and I'll work on the next pan. So the timer is going off, so I'm just going to check these and see if they have split, and they have not. So let's just check. Nope. So they are going back in, and I'm going to do them for another 2-3 minutes, I think. So timer. And we'll come back and check them. Okay, timer's going again. Let's check them. And they smell like they're cooking, but let's see. Nope, those, oh, that one's coming off. But these ones aren't splitting yet. So I think what I'm going to do, put it in for a couple more minutes, but I'm going to turn the oven up and let's see what happens. So that's Off. Bake it. Let's go for 25 because I want to get that 5-minute mark. And then we'll set the timer just for, oops, start. Forgot to push start. We'll do timer for 2 minutes and see what happens. Okay. Okay, once again, the timer's gone. And let's check those. They're bubbling away. But are they going to peel is the question. Yep. Okay. So those are good. We'll set them aside to cool. And then we'll get those ones peeled and get our next batch in. Okay. So again, mine's 5 degrees or 25 degrees out. So at 400 degrees, 5 minutes, it's working. I put them on cookie sheets so that they cool off faster so that we can get the skins off, and they just pop right off. This is great. They're a bit warm yet. This one's the cooler one. So I am going to take all the skins off, get them into a pot, and get them cooking. I've got the skins off, and I'm just going to grab the tomatoes. I'm not dumping it in because I don't want the liquid that is left in the trays to go in. The whole point is to try to get as much liquid out as possible. So we'll just get these all in here. And that is tray 1. So what I've found, it depends on your cookie sheets, the thickness of your cookie sheets, how long it takes. What I've also done is I put a colander in here so the water will drip out. And I'm just going to sprinkle some salt on, give it a mix, and then let it sit until I'm ready to put it in. So I've got the tomatoes cooking now. You can see, even though I've drained them, there's still a lot of liquid in here, but when I mix it up, not so much. But I just keep adding more to it, let it drain, pour more in, keep them, whoops, don't want a tomato skin. And by the time I'm done, I should have this whole pot full, so just keep cooking it. Last 2 trays out of the oven, just letting them cool off. This one is draining because I've had quite a bit of liquid come out. And then this is what I've got on the stove, and I've been taking liquid out of there as well. So I'm going to need to do that again, probably a couple of times. So now just wait for those so I can peel those, and I'm going to go down to the garden and get some basil and oregano. Here's the fresh basil and oregano from the garden. I'm just going to chop that up and then get it in with the tomatoes. So I got quite the pile of basil here, but I'm not going to use it all, and I don't have a specific measurement that I use. I chop it up and I throw it in, and if I think I need more, I add more. I've got lots of basil in the garden, and I'm going to need to do some drying. So I just, Missy's asking to get out. So I just roll it up. The other day I almost chopped my finger off. Mom called me and I looked up and didn't have my finger in the right position, hence the way I got nail polish. I just wanted to make sure it was sealed. So I'm just going to cut up a bunch of this. The oregano that I got, I'll pull it off the stems, chop it up, and throw it in as well, and then let it cook for a good 2 hours. And I'll taste it throughout that. And I also add 2 tablespoons of sugar to it because it's really acidic, and that will cut that, and it really changes the flavor. All right, I'm just gonna get this done. So I've added my oregano, was the last thing that went in. Basil's already in there. I added my 2 tablespoons of sugar, and now I just want to break it down. So I'm going to use my immersion blender and just break down some of those tomatoes in there, and it just makes a really nice texture to the spaghetti sauce. Okay, so that part's done. Now what I've also been doing is hanging onto all the juice that I've been taking out. Let's just move this over here. All the juice, and I'm gonna can this up, or Mom's gonna can it up for soups and stuff. So not wasting anything. All right, we'll get back to it. I'll keep testing it for flavors and updating it as I need to. And we'll give it a good simmer for next hour or so. I almost forgot the garlic. So I'm just gonna get some fresh garlic peeled. Oh, that's like 2. And then crush it and put it in a frying pan just to get those flavors to come out. And then get that into our spaghetti sauce as well. We love garlic. Okay, I'm just gonna get busy and get these all finished up. Done up 2 heads of garlic, and when I was doing it, it was reminding me of when I was a kid. I am gonna mush this, not cut it, but my parents would take garlic, slice it in little slices, and when we had a cold, we would have garlic on toast to help for our cold, and then we would drink tomato juice to help kill the smell. Now, when I was just at a family event, my great aunt's 100th birthday, somebody was telling us that their father had high blood pressure, and so the doctor told him to take garlic. It would help with the high blood pressure. And he did that, and he didn't know if it helped. He said, I think he said, Mom, did he say it helped? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said it helped with the high blood pressure. But he said what it really helped with was mosquitoes. So everybody else was having problems with the mosquitoes, and they weren't even going near him because of all the garlic he'd eaten. So I'm just gonna finish mushing this up, and then we'll get it into a frying pan. I've got the pan on the stove. I'm just gonna add some olive oil, let that heat up, and once that's heated, then I will put my garlic in, and I have chopped it and crushed it up all nice and fine. And we're just gonna give that a little bit of a heat to pull out those flavors, and then put it into the spaghetti sauce. Okay, so I think that's hot enough. Let's see if we get a sizzle. We got a sizzle. Now, the one thing you want to be really careful with is that you don't overcook it. You'll get that sort of a burnt taste. So I am just going to keep a real close eye on it and keep it moving around. Oh, the smell, if you could only smell it, it smells amazing. And like any good Ukrainian, I love my garlic, even though it's spaghetti sauce, which is Italian. I love it. It's amazing when you put it on heat how the aroma comes out. Okay, my eyes are burning a little bit. It's strong garlic. Okay, it's definitely brought the smell out. So I am going to put this into my spaghetti sauce now. So there's the garlic. We're just going to mix it in. And I'm just going to leave it on a real low simmer so that all the flavors can work their way through this. I did just give it a bit of a taste. The basil seems good. I'm just going to add some more oregano to it, and we'll just let it continue to cook. Okay, we'll be back when it's time to can it. All right, so I've turned the heat up now. Need to bring it up to a rolling boil. It tastes, as my mom says, that's good. So really happy with how it turned out. So much better than potting. So just gonna get it up to a boil like I said, then we'll get it into jars. So the spaghetti sauce, I turned it up and it's starting to boil. And I've got lids in a pot to heat. And then we've got all our sanitized jars here ready to be filled. So just have to wait for the spaghetti sauce to get a bit warmer, and then we'll get that done. So this is called open kettle. So you get your whatever you're going to put in your jars super hot, put in your kettle, seal it. We put it on top of cardboard, and then we put a towel or blankets or whatever to hold the heat.
No, you put it in your jars, not your kettle.
Oh. Okay, Mom's correcting me, which I think is correct. Supposed to put the spaghetti sauce in jars, not the kettle. And then we place it, put the lids on, put it on cardboard, and then we wrap it up in towels or blankets so that it cools down slower. You don't get jar breakage, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to get to this and get it into the jars. We've got 16 pints of spaghetti sauce, and we're just doing up some juice now for soup. All the spaghetti sauce is now covered up with towels to keep the heat in there, help it to seal. And Mom got 4 jars from the liquid I saved from the tomatoes, so we can use that in soups or whatever we want to use it for. Okay, and we have enough spaghetti sauce that we're actually going to have some for supper. Didn't have any spaghetti, but I had noodles, so this is what we're having. Oh, I forgot. I did some garlic toast. Take it up a stage. So this is what we're having for supper tonight. After a great supper, thought I would treat us to some cantaloupe that we have growing out in the garden. These are Minnesota midgets, and they're just the perfect size. You cut them in half, and you each get just the right serving of cantaloupe, and they all taste amazing. So we're just gonna go and enjoy our dessert. So that's it. We've got the spaghetti sauce done. You can see back there. Really excited about that. And a couple days we'll be harvesting more tomatoes, and we plan on doing salsa next. Still hoping to get some more tomato sauce and stuff canned. We'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But another project done. Now, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and click on that notify button so you don't miss out on our next video. We've got some interesting ones coming up. We've got some renos that we're going to be doing in the house, as well as some big projects outside to get done yet. So take care, everybody, and bye from my mini homestead.